Saints 20, Panthers 17, instant reaction here in the Datitude podcast. And I am sitting here trying to go back in time of all my years in watching and covering this team, wondering if I have ever been this positive about a group that's 4-10. Call it hyperbole if you want to, but there's reason to celebrate. Not simply because the Saints won their fourth game in what will end up being their third losing season in 4 years, but for the first time in quite a while, Hoodats once again have hope. And I told you, 6 weeks ago, following a 34-10 thrashing by the Los Angeles Rams, that these Saints would not only win 3 of their next 5 games, but in the process, they would knock off the NFC South leader in back-to-back weeks. You would have stopped watching the show. You would have just thrown me in the ranks of the Fanboy podcast and said, whatever, Derry. But here we are, 2 Sundays before Christmas, and there's legitimate belief that these Saints have their quarterback of the future, maybe their long-term solution at kicker, and a legitimate defense that no longer is going to be a unit opposing teams are looking forward to playing. Tyler Shough is now 3-3 in his young career, and he shows the poise of a 5-year vet. For the second straight meeting versus Carolina, he was flat out better than his counterpart, Bryce Young, who was the first pick of the 2023 NFL draft. Have we forgotten? With all the pressure of the world on his right leg, Charlie Smith drilled the game-winning 47-yard field goal right down the middle to clinch the victory. Chase Young and the defense stuffed Young, allowing fewer than 200 passing yards for the 4th straight game and 8 out of the past 10. Rookie head coach Kellen Moore has grown immensely in just the past few weeks, not only as a play caller, but as a manager of the game. And on Sunday, dare I say it, I thought he was nearly flawless. And considering how many starters are still out and who's playing, one can almost forgive the fact that the Saints are committing way too many penalties. They continue to find ways to win. And looking at who's on the schedule over the course of the next 3 weeks, they very well could have Saints fans chomping at the bit in the offseason to get to the draft and to the 2026 opener. That's life in the NFL. One day your fans think you stink and hope you lose all your games so you can get the first pick of the draft. The next, they're elbowing their buddy saying, you know what? These guys might not be that bad. This same week last year, the New England Patriots and Jacksonville Jaguars each were 3-11. Today, they are 2 of the top 3 seeds in the AFC. In other words, if Shough pans out and the defense is really this good, there's nothing that says the Saints can't be in a similar place next year to where those teams are today. And hey, you know what? If they aren't, at least this beats hopeless. Because if there's one thing for sure, this team certainly has hope. More on this live Monday morning at 11 a.m. as we'll take all your comments and questions in the Datitude podcast. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.